These are the best highlights from today's 2024 LPL Summer Split matchup.
Bad trades here in the first few levels, which is really important.
Here we go. Going for that all-in on the bot line as Elk forced to flash cleanse away, turn around with a deadly flourish, but here comes Tarzan. Level 3 gank down bot lane, on in danger. Another auto will come on through, donates first blood over to Light. Pounce on forwards, Elk chunk low, won't be able to get the kill down there, but that is a huge gank. The reset will be here with Fated Ashes, so that would be a bit bold. We'll put down a ward, maybe a javelin toss can steal things away. As Chris goes crashing on down onto On, but had the aftershock running did On, so this gets chunked out, but it's a much more valuable chunk on the AD carry on the other side. Way, with all of his plants used on the Krugs, is in danger here. The movement speed means he stays on the other side of the plant. Way forced to flash away. Tarzan with a pounce and a takedown, and a final auto gets the kill. Minion autos might kill him anyway, but he's got a primal surge. He gets out alive.
The Renekton Nidalee combo, which means that this is just an isolated Gnar versus Renekton 1v1. Funnily enough, something is Chris goes for an ult in.
On, taking low, the ignite coming on down. On's
more than
actually
a
in danger here. He could be in danger. Force shot not quite enough, and Light will come on down. Just to a 20% HP total, if that, but support dead, and Weibo.
You don't see that very often right now. Way is now going to go over to all these Grubs rather, Tarzan.
Way in danger, but there's a Stranglethorn and almost waiting, puts Tarzan in a deadly position. Knight follows up with a fake seal. Now Xiaohu in danger. Gold card will get him out to safety with a bit of that fleet footwork speed. Likely secure that. This is the Hextech Dragon, which is Zyra's arch nemesis when it comes to securing these, because the chain lightning kills the plants.
You just saw that there, that even though he was trying to redirect the dragon aggro, ends up killing 2 plants instead because the chain lightning is really annoying, but still enough damage. Way is going to get himself, with that kill, off the next back, he'll get himself towards that Leandries. And that's the point when I think Zyra starts taking over the matchup. Because one
walk in and finally secure this bit.
Yeah, so that's a nice, I guess, just flash away from Xiaohu in the grand scheme of things. On now has his flashback as well, and he has his ultimate. Grub spawning up in a minute, so we're now trying to see. I don't know whether there's a Scuttle Crab spawn coming through. Can't see the minimap. That is a Dragon Lodge cancelled.
Oh boy, he's in so much danger. In comes the Destiny as well to spot out everyone else. Tarzan picks that one up, and they were trying to compete in the river, and unfortunately On gets a little split and falls down. And now in the top lane, we've got some danger coming on through onto Bim. Mid lane, Way looking for a potential dive onto Xiaohu. Flash over, but the Stranglethorns doesn't quite get the kill. Bin in danger, flashes on out to survive there. Mid lane, Xiaohu also alive.
Way misses the E flash, and now he has no flash. He doesn't have ultimate. Here comes Light.
Gonna get the Shattering Strike. Light will ult in, dodge away from the attempt from Knight to save the jungler. Knight in danger, being slowed down. Gets to walk on out. A javelin toss is walked out from Elk as well. Get another kill.
Now they wait until the next big opening. They have the Twisted Fate ultimate still half off cooldown, so that's quite a long time for that one to come back. But they do have themselves that first item spike. On the other side they have that too. But Weibo are in a position where they can force that spike a lot easier in the current state. Tarzan.
Oh dear, that didn't quite work out. Could still be dangerous. Bin's nearly at Megadar, and Breed's still under the turret. Oh, it's a disaster.
Bin has just taken Breathe to task. Chris going into mid lane. Elk has plans, has flash, will get away safely, but Breathe on this Renekton doesn't get the Nidalee support early, fails to combo up there, and has an absolute nightmare of a skirmish where he doesn't get the stun. Tarzan uses his spear early, and Bin walks away with an easy kill in the 1v2.
And Knight just gets first turret off the back of this as well. Herald taken by Way. It's all looking pretty good from there for BLG. The gold's back in their favor somehow, some way.
Yeah, they get themselves that first tower of the game, which gives them the first break bonus. That'll be large part of where that comes through, and it means that suddenly does. In fairness to Breathe, he did drop aggro. Ben just brought him back into it. That's a little bit of a difference there, but it's like, well, I have a displacement, let's bring you back, and now he's got to crunch against the wall.
What a gold card onto a minion means Xiaohu's got nowhere to go. The Stranglethorn secure the kill.
And Xiaohu had no flash, even if he plays that out well, he's just in the wrong position. Elk into the mid lane turret, happy to wave clear, and suddenly Weibo, they have this composition which wants to be ahead of the game. They are not afforded that many mistakes. They have now made those mistakes. BLG are ahead of them. Bin does have himself that side lane advantage. That's going to be a rough matchup now for Breathe for the rest of the game. You're now behind over 1,000 gold. This Renekton needs to be ahead, and I wonder whether Weibo didn't really respect the fact that because they were pathing bot lane early, they wouldn't really set up that Renekton for now. Help us, Light, please. Please, Light, help! You have 3 kills! So, it's basically on Light. As we've seen before, can he combo up here? That's the gold card.
Oh, that's not bad. Gets the ultimate on in. Juice damage on Elk, gets the flash on out. Depth charge comes on through. They secure the kill on the Jin. Bin is slowed down, cannot get onto the Kai'Sa. The teleport now coming on through. Chris backing away. Knight is also coming with the teleport and finds Tarzan, who immediately gets a big chunk. Flash on out from the Q3 of the Mortal Steel. And they prevent any kills back.
It's 1-for-1, all things said and done. Xiao who dies in the attempt, so it is gonna be even. And then what did we say about making these mistakes and this mid lane being low from the Herald? It's so easy to take it beyond that point. Light disengages from the play. I wonder whether he could have stuck around a little longer knowing that Tarzan was on the bot side of the fight, but he has that flash. He wants to hold on to that, I suppose. He's now in threat of being collapsed on. He has now very much overstayed. Chris coming down though, and maybe the teleport's prove as a liar.
They had the additional teleport because they didn't bring Breeze on the other side. Fate Seal prevents Tarzan getting in, but now On has to go over the wall to stay alive.
Yeah, but now Breeds uses only teleport as well, so Weibo, they did have that extra global available. Breeze, low HP, suddenly he's going to have to recall. He teleports in and immediately has to exit.
Turrets for Weibo Gaming. Breathe might finally claim that one in top lane, but BLG have moved up as 3 towards this inner turret to support Bin getting a chunk on down there.
Yeah, so now if they can break him out to this own... Yeah, this is a big mistake by Elk. Big mistake. He's got to live here. He dies, and suddenly that means no wave clear for mid lane turret. BLG are up in gold, or were up in gold, because they had that turret advantage. Knight might try and get an ult to try and keep this turret alive. He can't manage it, and Xiao's gold carded him.
They get the bolo up afterwards. He's melted. That's a huge kill. Light gets that one. They can look for a tier 2 after.
Yeah, Weibo proving that Knight pieces only move in L's. He goes down in a really strange series of events. I think he just overextends trying to wave clear in that mid lane, and it's now suddenly dead Knight, dead Elk on the Baron Swarm. Weibo are feeling it. They want to go towards the Baron. BLG, do they even know this is happening? I don't think they do. They're moving over now, but they need to be quick. They don't have a teleport on Bin. They don't have Knight. They don't have Elk. This is going to have to be a 2v4.
There we go. Baron is down, and while they've had the Knight piece move in L's, they've got a Light piece moving in W's. There's another kill for the AD carry of Weibo Gaming. They'll trade one back. Bin will get the inhibitor turret at least, but Weibo Gaming find themselves a monumental sequence of plays in mid. A bit of AP in the back pocket. I'm not sure if that's quite enough for the W upgrade. Forgive me, I'm not certain on the break point if the Fiendish Codex and the Blasting One does it. That's the back of the pit. Way is still there. He can certainly be a nightmare. Gets the Grasping Roots into the W afterwards. But Tarzan should be able to pounce on out of the back of the pit.
Yeah, so it's not going to be a Dragon Steel. Weibo pushing in the sidelines while this is happening. Light does have the AP upgrade. I actually wasn't quite sure either at that point, but you can see with the W hitting with the 3 stacks, that's how you know. It's Xiaohu getting this free time to split push from top 10. Weibo, they have made this mistake before where they have gone for Dragons too heavily and they've denied their own Baron push. I'm glad they don't do that here. BLG, and now you can see that, you know, Xiaohu is completely enveloped with that cloak of fog of war. He can move wherever he wants on his side of the map. He has the tier 2 ultimate, which means it's longer range and it's lower cooldown, which means that BLG, they don't know where he's coming from. When you start playing against a TF mid, this was always the case back with Twisted Fate mid lane, which is of course the classic role for that champion. I'm so surprised to see him in top lane still after all this time. You need to ward out his initial jump off point to spot which side of the map he's going towards. They don't have that information. He's pushing out mid lane now. He will be on wards right now, but only once he enters your side of the map, and that is not how you want it to happen. BLG struggling to wave clear across the map, and that's the gold card!
That's what we're talking about. Elk immediately has to flash cleanse away, stays alive. Knight will start heading on forward. Grasping Roots come on down on the Crisp, who's now in danger. Knocked up by the enemy. The Dragon Knight afterwards lands onto Xiaohu. He's in danger. Teleport behind from Bin, who's at Mega Gnar, but they already murdered 2! Renekton and Kai'Sa claim the massive kills. Stun onto Bin. Mega Gnar's timing out, and instead it's just a small primordial Yordle in a dangerous position. The gold card comes on through. Ferromancy crash down. And another kill comes on through, and BLG lose 3, lose the base, and can Knight and Elk hold on to anything else?
I don't know whether this is going to be more than an inhib, we shall see. Folks, if you saw Weibo go from World Finals to the bottom of the LPL, let us introduce you to this team again.
Kills here rather than anything like the Warmog, which you've seen from a lot of our tank engaged, of course, because he needs to be able to manage that pick CC onto particularly Elk. He's been under continual threat, and if the cleanse is ever down, and it's down right now, it's so hard to survive. The problem is we're starting to hit a point where maybe this could be the turnaround. Never mind using on item builds. Crisp gets to crash away. The 4th shot comes on through, chunks out Tarzan, won't quite get the kill. The Dredge Line lollipops to secure Crisp's death. This would be sole point if BLG can secure it. They have got the additional member. Big moment there for BLG.
They're going to give up the dragon, noticing that they can't really walk into bot side river, but they can claim some vision back in top side here. They might even be able to force this down. TFL's been used to spot out BLG. They are not going to be here at the start of the Baron. This is going to evaporate. They have a Kai'Sa.
Knights TPing in is now here. We'll be able to blast cone over if they can make it happen. We'll try and look for the steal. Doesn't quite happen. He's in the pit, but of course it's just a mid laner. Baron secured in trade for that soul point on, now being attacked by Tars and gold card in the backline. Here comes the rest of BLG, but down goes the Nautilus. They trade out onto Xiaohu, but in comes Light with that killer instinct into the backline. A W flies across, the pounce and the swipes and a takedown secures Zyra. It turns out Cougar's a vegetarian after all.
And Weibo, they find themselves the light they need in this game to light their path to victory. Weibo get themselves that Baron, and BLG, they give a good fight around the double objective spawn. You see that Tarzan's getting harassed by Bin, but all Tarzan is doing, stopping Bin from wave clear backing in the base. It's going to be another inhib down at minimum. With the Baron buff, this could be even a potential for pushing in with super minions from that mid lane. BLG, they do have respawns coming through, so it shouldn't be the end of the game.
Flash on out from that one, Tarzan engaged with the deadly flourish is wide, but we can still look for the fourth shot. Missing one, will hit the look, he needs to hit the fourth. Where's he going to be? Body blocked by Crisp, can't make it happen, and he stays alive. Hand to Flash, but gets on out. Bin also burned it to escape from Crisp's crash down. Everyone stays alive. Bin now back in mini, needs to be a bit afraid. But spear lands, allows the increased bounce range, has a Starix, but the Cougar keeps hunting. Gold can with Azonius to stay alive. Crisp is forced to secure it, but the Gnar is dead.
Yeah, welcome to the modern era. Struggling to stop Weibo from getting fights in their own way. Gonna teleport into the enemy base. Breathe is teleporting into the base for a flank.
He is, and everyone else is in so much danger. On Mikhails himself and falls down. Magnastorm is there, fate sealed. Will not stop Light careening into the back line. He is the freight train at the end of the tunnel, and the Knight meets the rest of the modern age. Welcome to the LPL BLG, being wrecked by Weibo in this late game.
Yeah, it feels like plate armor on a Knight. Feels a little bit obsolete when you've got space guns on Light firing down on a broadside. BLG, they have been comprehensively out-accelerated, out-teamed for, out-macroed, and beaten to the punch by the consistently inconsistent kings of the LPL. The Lilia, they have the Senna and the TF gold card as well, so that's fine, particularly in terms of the pick potential. But they also
land
have
the last embrace. I was hoping to catch Knight with a little bit of additional CC, but still a little roam up from Light through the mid lane.
Yeah, wanted to quickly talk about Light as well. No, we're not going to have a chance to that. On has managed to find himself a Crisp. Way is down there too. Crisp will go down for first blood. He's going to go up to, has to be going up to the Zeri. It's going to take him a little while, but he'll take it.
Has to clean up a couple minions on the way out, but does go down, and important first blood going on the way down there. And I wondered whether that flash on the Ornn would be not that high value with a spell book.
He'd be on something like that. He's been less of that this year because it's been more about Tarzan, and now recently Xiaohu as well, being and Breeze's lane domination. They've changed their style somewhat, with the players being changed too, but with Light being there, can be very, very powerful. On out with the slow. Chris gets another CC. Well, me and Xiaohu can bring it for him.
We'll make that happen. Gold card on down this time. The TF ult is summoned nice and early. Kill donated over. And the slow is enough at level 4. There's no way out there for Marnie, who has not had flash from basically level 2.
Breathe has exhaust, has himself level 6 coming up quite soon, but I was wondering if Way would path up there all the same. It's going to be the grubs taken and been waiting to get himself really the Faded Ashes and the Leandry's completion to start making this Cassante's life hellish. I will say that Breathe typically has been very lane dominant. He has not looked like the better top laner between him and Bin so far, so he'll have to prove that once more. This is going to be on text, flashing back into the play. Dragon not being able to be finished by Weibo.
Not. Knight came rolling on down, and Wade took 3 grubs.
Wade just got level 6 now after mini wave, and that changes things. If he was level 5, this changes. Now Wade's here with that big engage ultimate.
And definitely look for it. Dragon going low will likely be secure, but the double last embrace into the lulting Lulla guy could prove difficult. Good Glacial Prism prevents easy follow-up. Xiao is here, but how much damage do they still have? They're stuck in the pit, but the consistent damage right now is more there for BLG. You feel the last embrace lands. Crystal thinking about setting on forward. The curse to back best will go down. Wei trying to get to the backside, as does Knight. Will not secure the kill on the Crisp. On goes forwards. Tarzan, though, continue to throw out blooming blow after blooming blow. Flash on forward from Light lands. Another last embrace. These hugs are just so miserable to manage. The gold card comes down on Knight, and it turns out it's a timeout. Way now in danger. No way to go except for the Arctic Assault gets it out instead from Elk, who has managed to level up off the minion wave and pick up. Have stepped on up towards this top lane for the rolls, but Way's going to be here, but so is On. Zeri coming on down, Grub 1 secured right now by Way, throwing out that volcanic rupture. Tarzan begins to blooming blow his way through those grubs. One of them will reset briefly. Way still here with Knight. Elf looking to trade out onto Light. In comes that TF ult as well. Swell Seed onto Way. Not going to be taken down quite yet as Tarzan. Let's do at least one of these. Would need to smite. Holding on to it. Will surely do so shortly. As in the backline goes Way. Damage onto Crispy's taken down. Way secures the grub as well as Tarzan's being run away. He's so much of the damage. They get a pull back with the Cassante. Lily will secure one of those back as a big old ultimate from the side of Bin. Secures another 2 dead on the side of Weibo Gaming as BLG came everything they came for.
BLG team fighting like this team comp demands of them, and even though you have Breathe in the fight, you can't pull that exhaust in that fight. You can't get enough value out of that one, and BLG, now they have that early game advantage. And this game, we started off the early game saying that Weibo, they were the ones on the defensive footing now, and it feels like they have struggled with that, and maybe they can make an offensive play. Crisp teleporting in, has ult. How many other people are roaming to it? Here comes Light and Tarzan.
Here comes absolutely everyone. There's still that ultimate available from Crisp, as Elk, I think, was knocked out of his wall right by Crisp's charge. Here comes that call of the Forge God, a slow afterwards. Elk has been hunted. It is big game season, and Lilia gets that kill.
Weibo turning him into roadkill, so Elk going down. Weibo pick up some of the kills they lost in that last confrontation. They'll be able to walk up towards the top side turret and take some damage and some plates off of that. On the other side, you can see that Knight is currently jumping forward under that bot lane turret, probably to get some plates of his own, and Weibo firing back. I think both of these teams would rather be on the offensive than the defensive. That's where they've been playing the best. Chris gets caught out at first. There is a gold card coming through onto Elk. You can just see that Elk is completely finding a free hit and zone off a lot of the damage. And at this point in the fight, Weibo are trying to play on the defensive, and you see that Light and Shao who just can't quite get the damage that they want in the right positions.
Yeah, especially because Tarzan was zoned off.
Oh, because they have Knight in bot lane, they have Bin in mid lane, and they overstay it. Suddenly it's a 3v4, which they didn't expect. Ult under mid tower, that is a dead Shao Hu. Now he's on the weak side.
That was a shutdown as well. I think he was 4-0, even if he's behind in CS. So big kill coming on over Dragon. About to be secured, is done so. Tarzan steps forward to get the blooming blow across both the jungler and the Dragon. On now in danger. Tarzan has a flash, will use it to get over the wall, throws out a Swell Team that goes wide. 4v1 means Breathe has nowhere to go, and Breathe is last.
Tarzan manages to get that Dragon quite bold to stick around in the river that long. Breathe dies for value out of those cross maps as well. I think in this game, this is a great example, folks, if you watch from other regions, if you want to learn how we play and his Senna currently 3-1 in Summer, very successful through the year, 13 KDA, not really being able to pull off the plays which he would like to so far. He's having to play defensively, and the Senna doesn't really want to be playing this defensively. Senna wants to be a lane bully, getting those cell stacks where you can. It's not, I mean, at 50 souls at 15 minutes is not really where you want that to be at all. You want that to be a little bit higher. It's not the worst it could be, but Weibo, they have themselves aggressive tools. They have been locked out from using them, and now with a hugely fed cannon who's currently in this brush, Weibo needs to be very, very afraid on the side lanes for this Yone, for the cannon.
Oh, he's stuck around.
And he's stuck around. Yes, Tarzan's on the same side of the map, but what happens if Wei comes up first?
They're all coming. Tarzan's here. Doesn't reset yet. Here comes BLG. Shao, who's in danger. Has a flash and a ghost trying to get out, but he's CC'd. Dead to right. Bin sticks around, gets the kill.
And Shao, who stays too long, Bin uses, he just continually channels that enhanced recall and says, well, am I going to go back? No, 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 get the kill. And they suddenly find themselves, again, in a better map state. While this is happening, Yone is pushing up bot lane. They get to go recover this mid lane too. BLG are playing the wider map much better, and then Knight uses that side lane push to potentially look for a play.
Bait sealed on two. Big damage onto Light, who has no flash, no ult, no dream of getting on out of this one. The rest of BLG are here. Knight gets a second, and BLG are just pummeling this game.
DLG, they find themselves on the front foot with go buttons, and that is exactly what they are good at using. Herald now into the mid lane. They have 5 grubs. Chris probably shouldn't be here either. Just about gets out of that combo. Not going to walk forwards anyway. Take a chunk, and he'll maybe return for the tower gold as well. BLG might have just overextended in the top lane, though.
Big chunk back onto Xiaohu, though. Bin having none of that. I'm going to slicing Maelstrom down. Will not quite get the kill. Here come the rest of Knight, though. Or the BLG with Knight involved alongside Elk. to punish that collapse. They will get 2 onto Zeri, but the temerity of shutting Bin down.
First game was back and forth. This one has been back. There is no fourth. We have not been able to punch back nearly enough. They managed to get, what, 1 play around.
Maybe that move speed will be enough. But Weibo Gaming, they need to play a very defensive game at this point. Breathe will get a hold of this turret bounty. Xiaohu's just hanging out behind him in case someone decides to collapse. The rest of Weibo spot out BLG, trying to rotate through the river. We'll finally get that bounty. Claim that first turret of the game for themselves at 20 minutes in the game.
And again, just checking with Light's cell stacks. I don't know, 25, 26 minutes, something more than that. It's going to be really late. And by that time, the fight might have just been determined. Xiaohu pops that ult to spot out the flank bin port.
He could be in serious danger. Will have the ability to get away. He's forced to flash out. And that's potentially a big moment. Teleport option is there from Knight. Would have been spotted out. They know he's there. Breathe on the other side. Remember, no flash. Will have a footwork and a W to work with. But I think he's already used some. Goes all out knowing he's pretty much dead to rights again. And goes down. There's Baron alive and a member dead for Breathe. They can just turn over the wall and look at it.
Yeah, Breathe's not there. He can teleport back in 30 seconds, but that will be far too long. Weibo, they don't have their own ult. They have the center ult and they have the Lily ult. That's what they got to play with. And while all this is happening, Knight still has his ult. Bin still has his ult. They are not safe.
Throws the bowling ball, but it is a spare. BOD split up. Bin's still on a flank. On can look to come over the wall as well. Look for him to try and get on in here. Crisp will try to searing charge away. Light flashes on now, but On still gets in the back line. And Zeri electrocutes them all. Shows Kennen exactly how it's done.
Danger, high voltage. Elk turns on the power as On flips the switch. Weibo, they get comboed as they try and retreat. They can't get themselves towards that Baron safely. They're positive. I guess I know it's out of the hoops.
You know what? I don't know all of the details of how one makes glue out of various animals, but right now I'm gonna instead look at On being chunked low, but not down. Gold card comes on through, and Tarzan trying his very best to be scary. Doesn't really get that much value there. On stays alive. Will have, I believe, a Warmogs at this point, so won't even stay all that low HP for that long.
Yeah, there it is, starts ticking up. So, BLG start pushing in yet again. They don't have flash on Bin, but I don't think they particularly care. They have teleport on him, so he can go across the map as he wishes. Breathe will get himself another objective bounty in that sideline, but it feels so little, so late. BLG just starting to crush down the base.
Do that. Bin did get hit by the last embrace. On steps on forward with a headbutt, will not pulverize. Way Arctic assaulting in, gets hit with the gold card. Needs to be a bit afraid here as he gets knocked up. But the turnaround from Elk is foul. Shower down to about 20% HP is deleted in a matter of seconds. This Zeri is so threatening. You can chunk out the front line, but with no threat onto the likes of this Zeri, she is free to melt whoever she so much as looks at.
And this Elk Zeri has been such a key part of the damage. Weibo, they can't deal with the flanks, they can't deal with the carries. Tarzan's throwing in bowling balls towards his own base. He's trying to find something, but he doesn't even have ults.
Call of the Forge God comes across. Tarzan looking to get to the back line, but the last Nexus turret falls, and Knight will pull a Fate Sealed out, and they were woken up in game one. They were made angry. This is the BLG that ran spring in the LPL, and they are sprinting towards a Game 2 victory in a domination you rarely see in League of Legends. We're going.
The Kalista Renata with a Zyra hard clearing towards bot lane will help with that, but BLG do not have good engage. They have a Renata ult, and what they're in level 2, they're trimming the wave slightly, but they have 0 damage on Elk and On. This is going to be disastrous.
This can get very tricky. I don't think Light's got a satchel yet either, so he's in a dangerous position. Actually has got it now. Takes so much damage. Immediately burns down On. Traded back. So it's a 1-for-1. Crisp still under the turret. Is mounted up. Could crash down whoever takes the aggro. Goes down as
Wait, they can dive again! They can dive again!
And the teleport so late is straight into a grasping roots. Light flashes now, but they must try and get something more. Brand has killed Nara on the other side of the rift. It's a 2-for-2 game right now. A satchel charge back forces the flash out from Way, but it's not enough. Will not take another turret shot. And 3 kills in the bot lane because Light teleports back in to immediately die, and that wave is still lost.
I didn't know you could have the direst treatment as a Ziggs bot lane. He teleports in to immediately die, so it is 3 deaths in the bot lane. For Weibo, BLG, this was the game plan. Tarzan was pathing towards topside. Was it worth it, Tarzan? Was it worth it to leave your bot lane out to drive with the most obvious dive comp in the history of the dives in that early game coming through? He's going to go towards topside again, trying to snowball top lane in response to bot lane.
look to try and respond on that one. They need to get the stun. Bin still has that teleport, that flash rather. On splashed on up as well. Look for the handshake and the loyalty program. Tarzan taken low with the ignite. Bin nearly at Mega now. It's a disaster in 2 parts. Bot lane was episode 1. Welcome to episode 2. Attack at the top lane.
Weibo will need to see if they can get themselves on a revenge of the mid at this point, if they could try and get something in the last lane to be featured in this saga. BLG, this early game has been everything they wanted. They have the tools to roam across the map. Now they have won bot lane so hard. On can go wherever he wants. Breathe, left alone in top side. He got gifted that gank early, and he is now left to the wolves. No flash, way here.
Try and clear out the way best he can. Will get nothing done. Bin gets that one, and suddenly you got 2 kills on the Gnar, 2 kills on the Kalista, and an early game.
Might just be the best team in the world, consistently pulling off bot lane level 3 dives, specifically that part of the game. Like they have faulted in other areas of the game since, but I think BLG, when they have been one of the best teams.
Don't get me wrong. I see what was attempted to be happening when Light teleport back in, because Chris still had the flash, still had the crash down, could have looked to catch onto the turret, but Light.
I think.
Oh man.
This is genuinely the point. Start your timers, folks. How quickly do you think this game will end? How quickly do you think this game will end? I think we could be on for a game which could be under 20 minutes being finished here from BLG. They have themselves that early pressure on the bot side. Tarzan's going to take away the grubs, which means that the time's going to take a bit longer. But how the hell do you play this game with the Ziggs who's 1 point
being down 20 CS? I just misread it on the glare on my screen. Shit. I was like, that feels like a big discrepancy for both of them at 80. I was like, no, that's a 6, Sam. Can't read.
Yeah. And the thing is, though, it's still even in gold. At least Tarzan gets something. That might be the saving grace of Weibo. We're talking about how still lane dominant this Kalista and Arda big and how they can work through it. Tarzan is the hope. Bin has flash. It's going to be a full combo.
Gets a big chunk there onto Bin, who's being burned down. Tarzan wants to get the pyroclasm and some burns coming on down. Bin gets towards Mega Gnar and knows he's dead, so we'll leave the wave to die and get on out of here as White Light finally at level 6 starts to sit in the middle of his 2 towers to try and throw an ult out like this.
Yeah, he has to use his ult to wave clear. This is already disastrous. The thing, BLG not being able to take through all of these plates slash Tarzan things on this champion and turn things around. But, you know, that's an ult used for Light. You don't have an ult every wave. 10 minutes. Solo tower taken by Elk, and he's going to start roaming across the map. This is a huge bloody issue. What do you do now? He's going. You have changed the demon for 10 minutes only. Jungle coverage. I think Tarzan made the mistake with that early pathing. I've normally praised Tarzan's early pathing. Crisp is over the wall now. Maybe can get himself a flank, but Elk is so strong. You should not be going for this. This is. I think Elk can potentially just team fight this himself.
Oh, they missed the juggle away because he was satcheled out of the shattering strike. Bad combo from him and Crisp there to make that one happen. Elk just pops around. The plants are still there. Fate sealed over the wall. Xiaohu's slowed but not dead for now. And BLG just get everything.
Elk uses the Kalista ultimate to bring the Renata out of the picture so you can't get the brand bounce. That was insane by Elk, using the Kalista ult to make sure that the brand couldn't get died at 10 minutes. Rest in peace. Bin's going to take this turret in topside. They have their 3 grubs now, which is going to help them with the DOT on towers. They're going to be able to hit that very, very commonly. And now onto the Herald. I mean, Weibo, what can you do? You don't have flash on Crisp. He does have his ultimate. Got some decent damage from Tarzan, but he has his flash. His ult's coming up in 5. That might be a slim opportunity. This brand ult, the brand play, is the only thing which can save Weibo in this situation.
Yeah, he will need to do some miraculous stuff. We saw Milky Way pull off a few brand games from long way behind. I note 12,000 gold lead for NIP on a Yasuo Diana comp that started to fall behind.
It did happen twice, didn't it? Versus NIP and then versus LNG as well. Bin has Mega, not going to be stunned up just yet, and because that stun doesn't come through, Tarzan has pathed up tier for very little. That means that he's been pulled out of position, and Elk can get himself an extended trade onto Xiaohu, potentially in the mid lane as well. Bin still Mega, Crisp on top side, on roaming about, and once again, we find Weibo not being able to land any sort of counterpunch.
Nope, not this time around. Xiaohu gets a chunk onto Elk, but then the slow afterwards with the Blade of the Ruin King. Xiaohu back to about half HP himself, and then Elk presses E.
He didn't even rend, and that was the trade coming through. He is so fed. Light is going to try and wave clear again. He has the ultimate. He'll be able to clear through one wave. I was going to be able to cancel the recall as Xiaohu spots that skull shot from the ward in the brush. There's a minefield on the turret. He might be able to just ult through this, but even just getting an auto attack on tower means that it would have died likely to the DOT. The backdoor bonus would have been taken off. So Light chooses to save the ultimate. So that's going to go down. Top lane turret's going to go down. BLG, they have just broken the entire outer ring of towers. This was where BLG in spring, this was like the killer blow. If you lost your outer ring of turrets before they did, effectively the game was over. They are so good at getting to the play at the right kind of timing. Typically that was when Knight was on the Talia or the Ahri or something like that, but just in their instincts of finding players across the map, it is a big old problem. And suddenly, what, 7,500 watching why Baron buff was changed to the way that it is. Because in Season 4, Ziggs wave cleared games. It was Ziggs and Nivia's era that would wave clear for so long that you could just never stall out. On his caught out, he's not within the Callisto range.
Goes down, gets a hostile takeover for a moment, but he's dead, and that's important to get something here. But they burned a couple key things for that. The flash on Crisp is notable. Knight, Valkyrie away. Shadow with the increasing move speed from the Soul and Bound can maybe look to get some damage down on in here. The Shattering Strike comes on through. They get that turnaround though. The Pyroclasm after this will be a lot of damage. They will lose Crisp, but they get Knight. It's a 2-for-1 overall.
Wave's coming up, Elk's coming up, and now the Callista's here. You can't fight with the Callista here. That is a big problem. BLG have been slow on the roam. Teleport's coming up. BLG, this has been a little bit lazy from them. You should be fighting around your Callista more. They have managed to corral him in. There's another teleport, and now they're outnumbered.
Satchel back onto Wave, puts him in a dangerous position. The Spirit Cleaves gets way low, but not down. My god, the damage. In comes that Zonyus to buy some time and space, but will surely fall. Plants get one back, though. Way bailed out, will not get put back to life, but the Plants get the work anyway. In the picture-in-picture, look at the Gnar. He's on an inhibitor turret.
And Elk comes to play. Finally turns up, and BLG slaughtered through the top side. It was a little bit sloppy at the start, on dying easily outside of that Callisto ult range, and BLG not quite able to bring the numbers to the play, but Bin, as you said, has been completely happy to go towards this bot lane turret. Inhibitor turret broken at 18 minutes. I don't think we're on track for the fastest game of LPL this year, but it's still going to be damn fast all the same. Knight's on the bottom side, they should know about that. Bin's going to walk towards the solo later, which means that Xiao, who can't really look for the angle he wanted, he's still not a known quantity here, though, by BLG, should still be enough.
Yeah, and Crisp will walk into his own jungle. There's Soul Point available for BLG to come and claim. We'll get to that one. They are so far ahead of BLG. What is that? 9,000, nearly 10,000 gold. It's
so it's
quite a lot.
It's a bit much. Elk now has 2 items, which is more. Almost at that 3. Almost at that. I guess it'll be a Bloodthirster. I guess for the BF sword down.
Imagine.
Could potentially be that going through, which means that he's going to be so hard to kill. Weibo, I think that they've gotten a little bit more out of this mid game than I thought they had in your right getting. I think BLG was slow on the roam. I think they were a little bit slow towards that top side. So one moment of sloppiness there from BLG. It's not been a perfect game, but still, make no mistake, they are very much in the driving seat. And wherever Elk is on the map, you expect that to be a huge victory. Elk, in fact, of course, now sticking around, waiting for that cholesterol to come back. Ultimate allows not to be. I will say, I don't think I like the way that BLG have been playing around the Callista in the mid-game. Has kind of waltzed their way into plays rather than in the center of it. Now the Baron has been started. Elk will come over to this as well. Weibo forced to respond, but what response do they have? Bin is taking an inhibitor. The Baron's going down. If they don't get there in time, Bin will take the inhibitor, and then he'll also have Baron up minions.
He's at Mega. He could look to come on in here. There's the Baron going down before a contest can come in. They're trying to reset the back of the pit. Flash on out from the Ziggs ultimate, the Mega Inferno.
The teleporting end!
And Ellen is here with Xiao, who trying to one-shot it, but yet they're teleporting in. What is happening? On goes down, but the rest of the base is in danger. They hold on, but a Nexus turret falls, and BLG, Bin does that. Takes the inhibitor, they got to roll through mid lane, and they did that a 4v5, by the by.
Bin's just teleported towards topside as well to keep the pressure going. Yone hasn't managed to get himself a recall, so Xiao, who has been caught well out of sorts. I don't really think this game's been his fault. He's kind of been, oh no, he's not going to be able to get cancelled, luckily, but that's a teleport gone, and BLG, yeah, you blow a lot of flashes, that's something, but, you know, to try and chase down the Renata like this is just not what you wanted, and now, of course, Xiao, who doesn't have his summoners and his ults, and he goes down.
Just gets that kill, but now he died somewhere off screen despite teleporting back. Don't quite know what happened there in the picture-in-picture, but is dead again somehow, some way. Now they're down that additional member as the base is already partly broken. Some remaining turrets for the side of Weibo Gaming, but it has been a disastrous game, all things said and done. Oh my days.
Now we even get some rock thrown in by Bin as well. It's another turret down. BLG, they're going to back off to get themselves Ocean Soul. So it's not going to be the end of the game with this Baron buff, but they've already broken the base, so it's not like they can't threaten a game-ending fight at some point. So I would hate to see this game go to another Baron. Come on, I mean, in some ways, this game now is about me judging how well BLG have played with the lead. Because this game, as soon as they snowballed that bot lane, as soon as Light was out of the game, this game was a foregone conclusion, unless Brand does silly things at some point. The top lane play, the trade of the early game pressure and the early game jungle pathing, it did not work out for Weibo, and I think criticism has to be leveled at both Tarzan and the rest of the team for making that decision, regardless of, we don't know, of course, who makes that call, but that's been a mistake. But BLG, when it came through to beyond getting that early game lead, I will say they haven't been great at forcing plays with the Kalista. I feel like there are times where they could have flashed forward and looked for the game-ending play. Whereas now on the flank, he maybe has gone too far. What is he doing here? He's the Zhonya's. He bought it for a reason.
Here comes on and out. They might have gotten away with it. What he's doing is buying a lot of space. Xiao, who gets an ultimate, but just no damage. The shield's too much. Has got a bailout and stays alive. And an Ocean Soul on top of it all. They went looking, and all they find is death and destruction.
And this is what they can do with this kind of lead. Bin doesn't have Mega, has Flash. Light's going to try and pop that ult. He does, but it's only going to get the Sterix for now. Breathe might even just die here.
Tried to get the kill, could not make it happen. Bin flashes on out from other damage, and with Ocean Soul on top of it all, and the rest of BLG shoving on for this tier 3 in top lane. This game is looking very lights out. There's not much more that Weibo can do. It's been that way since about minute 2.
BLG, it has been a stomp. The fact that we are judging them based on the strength of their stomp once they got that lead, and not the fact that it has been one in the first place, tells you volumes about this game. BLG, this is the way that they played when they were the best team in the LPL and one of the very best in the world. This is the style which got them largely to MSI finals. This is how they got there. And yes, they did end up losing.
Behind, they're going for last gas. They want to catch out Knight.
Yeah, they do. He has Flash. There's a teleport for him. There's a teleport for Bin as well if he wants to teleport in. Breathe, you're 2 levels down on Corki. That's a big one. That's going to be a bit of a pain in itself. He must have Flash out of the stun. Doesn't manage to. Knight will go down. Misplays there.
Does he? There's a teleport from Bin, and they do finally kill Knight, but what happens to the rest of the base? They've lost the Renekton. It's a 1-for-1, all things said and done, and all the while the super minions absolutely steamrolling through what remains of Weibo's base. They've got one final gas. Xiao, who looks for a fate sealed, but unfortunately the only thing that's been sealed is Weibo's defeat. Game 1 made us hope. Game 2 crushed it, and Game 3 has blown it to smithereens. BLG.
Second series of the day as we go towards the Rift for Top Esports vs NIP.
Rookie, as we come on in, is in danger of falling down to Tien, who is looking for that kill. It's 1-0 right now to NIP. First blood looking like it went the way of Photic on the Ziggs. Looking like a much better look in than the other side as Mako looks for an all-in here down for Jackie Love, who is going to be forced away by a satchel charge. Mako continue to step on forwards, though, proving really problematic, but Jaw manages to body block a lot of Jackie's damage, and we've got ourselves some drafts that's probably worth talking about. Double AD carries on both sides, and then the double AP junglers.
So those that are just tuning in now or are just watching everything here, Aki's going to get himself a root onto top lane. We'll see whether it leads to anything. No, it doesn't. We had ourselves a bit of an overlap between the first and the second series. Luckily, BLG stomped Weibo so hard in that game 3 that it meant that we only missed the first 5 minutes in the draft of this game. So we're coming in late into the second venue here, NIP in Shenzhen. And in front of the home crowd. If they lose here today, I'm pretty sure they are going to be
working with. And again, if they can get towards a couple early dragons and the like, they'll be feeling pretty happy this game. They've got themselves very scary wombo combos again. The Zyra plus the Rakan, and then Culling and the Ziggs ult coming down on top, which should be pretty scary. But, you know, for top esports, you've got yourself the poke game between the Ezreal, the Rockets from Corki, the Nidalee Spears. If you can set up with the Ornn and the Leona in front, it'll be pretty scary for whoever gets CC'd in place.
So, this kind of... So when we talk about NIP, we talk very often about how hard it is for this team to draft. Shandy's maybe going to get shut down here. Has ult, has flash. Can he escape the Ornn ult? No, he can't. He pops that ult through that animation.
Oh, gets a huge amount of damage onto him. He's got himself a Dominus and a Dream. It's a decent Cold and Meek to buy some space, but flash on forward should surely see the death of Shanji, who's healing up pretty well. Gets a good W. That's not bad, but cannot finish what he started.
Not quite. Shanji on the Renekton, which he's done a lot of work with in the past, just overextends, and he's on the weak side, pushing out against Tien's Nidalee, which is one of those Nidalees which has the Nidalee pass. You have to be a certain level of player to play this champion, and Tien has matched that margin for Summer. He's done a lot of work here now in this early game to make sure that Shanji doesn't start to explode this gold lead quite as much as he could have done. 369 on the Ornn, which he's made a career out of.
Here come the double teleports. They all want to be here. Grubs Going to be started up. It would be getting towards the 4/5 mark if they can just secure a couple more. That's the 4th. The rest of NIP looking to come and contest, but the Mega Inferno Bomb does nothing at all. It's just walked out from, and he's looking a little bit Safari-like at the minute. The turnaround's not bad. The Solar Flare lands on Aki. Is eviscerated. Too much photosynthesis. Cream flashes over the wall. Rookie can't get in range for the auto as Cream responds in place. Rookie gets one back. He'll try and get some more damage as they do come on through. Rookie gets that double. Still alive, still doing well as the charge back ensures another kill. And actually in the end, NIP, despite it looking dicey at the beginning of that fight, claim a few kills.
This is the thing which you wouldn't hear on the mainstream, because Lian was banned for 2 series for humping a plushie on his stream.
What?
So he is not available for NIP to play. Yeah, that's where you get that from the conversion this meta, because their players are not comfortable here. Now, I think maybe there is just this issue with NIP where the champions they want were really nerfed from Spring, or like the meta around it, because ADC mid laners are so powerful. And Rookie is a good AD mid player. I don't mind him on the Corki, I don't mind him on the Lucian, but I think just the team needs a different archetype, and they've really struggled. Whereas top Esports, they have shown that versatility. They're happy playing whatever, and it means that the meta shift hasn't really impacted them much.
I'm just surprised Aki hasn't gone back towards things like the Sejuani, because that's what he was phenomenal at. Sejuani's perfectly meta right now. I assume it must be banned against them quite a lot or taken away, but
it's been first picked by them so much. Tian also played that as a team.
And that tells you quite a lot, really, that Aki doesn't have the Wukong, the Vise, the Sejuanis to consistently go towards him the same way, and it's been problematic. And Shanji's never getting rumbled.
They've been great at. And, right now it's not that. It is an even game, but one team has, you've got the double tiers, you've got the double tier spikes coming through there. 369, gonna get a teleport here. They go.
Rookie's in danger, still has a flash and a relentless pursuit to maybe get out to safety. Turns around on TM pretty heavily, but there is the searing charge, and Cream is there, and Rookie says, look, I'm dead to rights, I'll try and get something back, but it's not happening.
Oh yes, how could we forget that before the Cassante copy pasta, there was the Ornn one, who is the tank, mage, warrior, paladin, assassin, sorcerer, frontline front to back, and the Zigzag doesn't immediately zone out a carry. I think top Esports are very happy to walk over this game. The Ziggs Herald charge comes through, which means that NIP do reclaim themselves a bit of gold.
Important that the gold is still pretty even. It's been a relatively even game on the whole. We'll see whether they can pull it out, as Shanji on this side lane has been almost able to escape a couple ganks and has almost set up a couple kills, but almost isn't good enough. And we've seen Renekton's that fall behind end up in tricky positions. 400 gold ahead of an Ornn at this point of the game, especially as the upgrades happen as I speak about it. Isn't what we like to see. Photic sat in the mid lane here. This will be a lot easier of a game to wave clear and be that artillery piece compared to the last game where it was just rough from Life, never really got to play the game. Aki and Shanji just hanging around. Teleport into the jungle from Jackie Love. Picks up a red buff. That's the reason he was there. It was a farm alarm TP, even if her Exile has been changed many years ago now.
Nah, that was one of the worst versions of that ultimate. Cream
so
was meant to be the assassin. Nope, it is farming all the time. Cream stuck under the turret. He's left alone. Teleport's coming in. How quick did they get here?
Mega Inferno Bomb is solid. They get the kill, but the turnaround looking pretty huge. The teleport's gone flying on through. Aki is in danger. Call the forward goal. Could be across the Jackie Love. Not quite here, but Aki falls. Turnaround ensures it is a 1 for 2 in favor of NIP. Jackie now in danger as Rookie decides to stand and deliver. A relentless pursuit gets him right into close combat with Jackie Love, and will pull away for now. Health bar's low nearly everywhere you look.
Yeah, World Championship teammates Jackie Love and Rookie trying to out DPS each other in that brief scuffle. Neither go down, but the IG carries walk away a little bit with bloody lips.
Time frame, and NIP get a lot there. They now have a 1,000 odd gold lead. Second dragon being started up currently by Jackie Love, as there are 1,001 traps and award by that banana bush just on the top edge of your screen. Dragon number 2 secures. Baron, though, on the other side, could be a slight threat, because Meiko and 369 were very swift to walk up that river. Again, you are into Azira. You have got to be aware of that ability to rapidly start up the big purple worm. Especially with the second item now completed. This turret in mid lane should just fall as 369 tanks up the turret shots. Teleport behind into the Stranglethorns. Jorg gets to the back line with a double knock up as well. Jackie dead to rights. They're going to do so much damage as 369 gets to charge away with the flash coming on down to the culling onto Mako. Solar Flare is jumped over by Rookie, who is just started on the gunslinger. Is looking like Stephen King's Dark Tower hero.
Rookie gets the damage done again, commits the flash this time, and now with 2 dead, NIP were just tentatively thinking about a Baron. They're not deciding anymore, though. They're going straight towards it. They have the Zyra. They can rush this out as quick as they want. Top Esports, they have themselves what? I mean, they don't even have a true shot barrage because he's dead. 369 will have to ult his way into something.
Be a dream. 369 looking to come on through. It's a decent call of the Forge God. Turnaround comes on through Baron. Still leashed. They're going right back on in. They burned so much of the combo. Shanji has the Sterax popped. Down to 2,000 HP. Cream kills off the Renekton. Big game hunting. That's the Baron down. True shot barrage across so many members of 369. Desperately low, but not dead somehow, some way. Botic gets the last auto. Mako looking for a Zenith blade across the wall. It goes wide as Aki's still here. Trying to buy as much space as he can. And Rookie somewhere in the back end of that fight did fall. But NIP get Baron. NIP get a load of kills. And NIP are now the ones in control of the game.
Yeah, the NIP just about scrap their way.
Do we have a bishop?
Imagine if you had like an ordained
Chovy count?
Imagine if you had an ordained League of Legends player where they're just like midway through they start giving a sermon and all chat.
We don't have a queen, do we?
I mean, Shocks.
Shocks, well, yeah, of course. You know.
I think that one explains itself, so.
Well, there we go. Shanji farming up here. I was a bit worried about this Renekton in terms of like, oh my days, only 400 gold ahead of the Ornn. That could prove problematic, but now...
Oh, he's overpushed here.
Yeah, 369 could be in danger. True shot barrage chunks out Photic, but there comes the Mega Inferno bomb. A lot of damage now coming on through, but the turnaround could be pretty scary. Photic flashes away from that call of the Forge God coming careening towards his face. Cream down to 20% HP as well, though. Means it could be a little difficult to hold this tower in the way they were hoping.
That is a little snapshot of how the game could look in a few minutes if NIP don't accelerate this game or like, again, put Top Esports into a position where they can't rely on their front line. Ornn just took up, what, 3 ultimates or something like that throughout that whole play, and he still survived. He burns his flash, yes, but it is still a worthwhile trade. Doesn't die, and you can see how tanky this guy is going to be. Gets tanky with every item that he upgrades for his teammates as well. Something like 10% of his defensive stats. Rookie's very strong, but he's, you know, if he had, you know, a 2,000 gold lead instead of a 1,000 gold lead, and he had that rapid fire cannon, maybe that would be a difference because he'd be at his item a little earlier. And of course, with that gold lead on the Renekton, that means less and less as the game goes on, as Cream might just be able to show here.
Oh boy, Shanji in danger. We'll get a decent chunk here onto Cream. Call the Forge God comes across the Cream, goes over the wall. Teleport coming on in from Rookie. Looks for an Ardent Blaze. Teleport in response will be burned, as we sort of noted there, but they can keep their top laner alive.
Yeah, you can see that NIP, if they'd chosen to commit to that longer. I mean, Mako's here, Jackalope can follow up, he has no cleanse!
Oh boy, that's going to be so much damage, Rookie's going to die!
Jackalope takes down his World Championship mid lane teammate, the IG brothers. Have a bit of a civil war. Top Esports send their regards. Rookie, the next mid laner of Top Esports as well, goes down. He is such an important player. Him dying, trying to play around that fog of war, might just lead to NIP giving up the Baron.
Teleport to save his top lane and then walk back to try and get towards the rest of his team. Dies on the way. And he has no teleport. He's going to be gone for 30 seconds. A 4v5 will be the dream. Aki has flash. Maybe he can get to the pit and steal this, but I don't know whether they're going to be wanting to burn it! Gets into the pit, still goes down. Stranglethorns afterwards is solid. It's a 5-man knockup, but there's no plants to be seen within there. Another member dies, and Top Esports right back in it.
Top Esports, they pull ahead, really. It's even in gold, but it's decorative. You're still scaling. You're still getting those items for Top Esports. And NIP, their mid laner, who for so long has been their sole carry in Rookie, is the person to make that mistake. This is the conversation about 2024 Rookie. Spring was a great split from him. I think he was the second best mid laner in the entirety of the LPL. But you look here into Summer, and sometimes he just hasn't been able to pull off the magic which we know he can do throughout his history. He's just not the same level of player which sometimes could have done that 1v9. And sadly for him, that felt like the moment which he could have turned the game. Now the Baron buff's on. Now the scaling's come to fruition, and Rookie, he can only stand here and watch.
Looking to go on forward. The quickness was popped and they just walk away from it. And Top Esports, they have found the chink in the armor. They smell blood in the water. And they are circling here in the dark, dark seas. Dangerous indeed is this team when they get an edge in a game.
Top Esports, so many items come through. Funny little thing which happened where Cream has upgraded the Muramana, Jackalope's upgraded the Triforce. They have a bit of a difference on opinion or just didn't check their item slots.
Yeah, whatever first
I was like, okay. Not really sure if Muramana's worth it. Just by calling off the play doesn't mean that people aren't suddenly in that bot side. Dragon's now started up. Rookie once again zeroed out. Jackalope making sure that Rookie cannot have a clean team fight. Rookie, who should be the person determining this game for NIP, has not been able to fight.
He could be in danger here. Gets a wall put down on him. Doesn't get to reset. They have to give up the dragon.
And that's not gonna, at least it's not going to be Som, certainly that sold point going over to top esports. But Rookie, he has not had a clean old game. Early game was great. The first couple of skirmishes, fantastic. Getting into the backline, getting into those carries, and showing that he had the damage. And suddenly top esports, they find themselves their tanky stats. Ornn is now unkillable. I think probably Mako's near enough unkillable now, or to the point where you have to spend so much time doing it and use so many resources for it that you've lost the fight anyway. This front to back is obnoxious as hell from top esports. NIP gonna get themselves a siege survival for now, but that is about it.
And there's a more of Malmortius now to be for Jackie on top of the Bloodthirster as well. He's not exactly an easy target to get a hold of the best of times.
Yeah, he is so tanky at this point. Of course, even the shield comes out of AD. Rookie gets stunned up.
That's a big chunk on a cream, though. Will not fall down. The Stranglethorns is solid. Rookie's still alive. Gets alive. Crypt Blue healing comes on through. Top esports dive to get Rookie, and it all goes wrong. They're going to try and fake out the rest of this one. There's a teleport available from Shanji if they want to look for it. Tien, though, and Jackie still a threat. Photic not hit by the True Shot Barrage. The tower falls despite the mess of a dive.
So it ends up being a little bit too far from top esports, but they still get themselves the inhibitor turret. Jackal is still alive too, so it's not really like NIP can like waltz around the map wherever they want. Top esports can't go into the base to take those inhibitors, but those lanes are every item he can. Mako has an upgraded Warmogs, which means that he has 1,000,000 HP, 4,000 almost. Shanji, sadly for him, as the sole gold lead, is showcasing why gold leads are sometimes decorative. This Renekton at level 18 is just not valuable. Takes most of his HP, has the Shojin and Black Cleaver. It's good damage combo, but it is not what's going to keep you alive versus this combo. Top esports, they do just stroll into the base, get themselves that second inhibitor down. They'll take another one. 1 minute 20 left on that top side, and the engage comes through.
And the quickness isn't bad. They got a big old chunk. Turn on with the Stranglethorns is there, but the damage back is foul. Cream gets over the wall. The Corky Merchant delivers a wonderful deal for top esports, and NIP are ruining the day they decided to walk into his store. Absolute violence to be seen in NIP's Rift. They will fall apart here in their own base, and top esports surely get game one.
If the Shy is the god of carries and Zeus is the god of thunder, 369 is the god of peel. The Ornn wins the team fight at the base, and top esports made to stumble, but not to fall.
They just can't close it out. Rookie getting picked one time, it feels like turned everything around. He is going to lock in here. Having seen the comp decide they can get away without the additional AP damage and go towards the...
I could give him that trigger seed, but this is what you do. You send Senna into a lane where she can hit the enemy champion, and that means you get a lot of souls through that. You get to pick up that. Draw is left alone on the bot side, but there's still an Ornn.
Tries to buffer through the Zenith blade, but Draw takes so much damage. Mako just tanks the tower shot. Draw not quite dead yet, though. Still going to be a little bit afraid. Mako may be forced to trade on out. It's Jack who takes the aggro because he has more HP. That's a clean old dive. Top side. Oh no. That should have been the strong side. Photic chunked out. The all out goes 369. TM flashes on forwards. Q3 onto Photic. Untofo strikes and you're out. It's a different old ball game in the top lane.
The ninjas have been assassinated. Top esports. They take their head off clean at the shoulders. Extended universe. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. You know, Photic now gets it there, and I mean, yes, someone called the Justice League. They need the hero back.
That caught me by surprise. They do get a kill topside, so maybe the Snyder version is the better take. You know, they come the Snyder cut. That's the Snyder cut right there. There you go.
Full HP.
Got no ult, no exhaust, no flash. It's just a flesh wound. Aki need to get on out here as there's summoning up Daisy, and the passive comes on through, and instead he did in fact have a team though, as Jack donated.
Brave Sir Aki bravely ran away, and where their front line is in order and they can start diving the back line, but it's not going to get to that point if it's how it's playing out right now.
Oh, he's in danger. Help! He's being oppressed. Rookie goes on in. One of the best mid laners in the world claims a kill. I've lost my co-caster.
Cream, he goes down for the first death, blows both the summoners, dies anyway. There's a dragon to be slain, so our knights will start to roam towards that one as well.
Huge tracts of lands and turret plates to be claimed. I need to pay attention. Daisy's going on forwards. There's so much damage. He wants to sing, but I don't know whether he's going to be allowed to. It's a very different style of movie. Violence comes on through, and Sir Jackie Love claims that one.
Esports. They have lost a kill or two, but they're still healthily ahead in gold and getting themselves there. NIP.
Is that what that little cloud symbol on the wall actually reads? That's just okay.
That's your old calligraphy for you. 369 being put down a little bit, but he's got himself to Spectre's Cowl and the Merc Treads. There's no armor on this top side. He has good physical damage here to maybe start taking down the Cassante, but he's maybe too late. He's voted caught out again.
Oh, maybe looking for a bit more damage. 369 in danger. Gets hit by the piercing darkness, and Rookie is here. Fetcher Lavash, they can look for that engage here. They already had a mid laner. It's a very nice one. And they can look to kill off 369. As this castle is under siege.
They're stood on the ramparts. A Rookie being all outed by 369. The shield comes through, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Oh, it's Cassante.
It's all over. Stupid NIP Canigans. They try to get that kill and they can't quite get it. Finally falls. And we're on a mission from God who says, get on with it in the top lane. They finally bring him down.
Top Esports, they have the knight as the logo. It only makes sense that they play like that in the top lane as well. What if we build a giant rabbit instead? Rookie, he does have the damage, but this is where things get really quite obnoxious. You get the exhaust onto him, you get the trigger seed, the Omnivamp comes through. That's a death onto Mako. Mako has not really been having the most fun of times things.
Oh, they were looking towards bot lane, thinking they had an option, and it was all a lie. They were following the... well, the Rookie-shaped beacon, and in fact, it was all a lie. Someone put it up there, and it was a bait.
I mean, we're really going quite deep into it right now. At some point, we're going to start being like going on an extended round. We'll just have to get on with it after that point.
I went for that one. It's a great call. We'll see whether we end up with
a bit more pushing power on that side lane and be able to clear and roam towards those fights. As Exhaust is coming back off cooldown. Top Esports. If they can get a big kill, a big play around this Herald, that could maybe accelerate the game for them more. Rookie is still at a point of power, though. If Rookie has a good fight... Oh, he's not going to have a good fight at all! Just as we say it, the caster curse comes through and Rookie dies at such an important moment!
Oh, the Trigger Seed and the Root Caller do everything they require it to do. He gets caught out there. No way to dash on out, and he's just dead to rights. Such an unfortunate pickoff.
Oh, Rookie's been put into the oven. He's cookie now. He's been snapped and crumbled by Top Esports. They can't defend this turret. They've got a Herald to go towards Mako going in onto that Root Caller.
Well, they've been fed, and the cookie monsters of Top Esports have found a few more in the pantry they'd like to gobble on up, and they pick up a very spicy one in Shanji. Photic nearly goes down. 369 can't land. Down in Topher Strike Part 3. Pull away with 2 kills and a tower to their name.
It feels like just kind of sad that we don't have Aurora, so we got enough. And this Cannon now dies as well for the trouble.
And the tower had fallen by the time he pressed R, and no one else could really follow up. I don't necessarily think that for all the flashiness, it got all that much value. Still 2-2 and 1 might still be useful. And Rookie at 3 kills can still do some work this game, but this kind of combo gets horrifying. Redemption comes on through, look for a Q, will not be found, and the Solar Flare also goes wide as Photic pulls the flash.
It almost gets a kill with the Redemption as Photic forced to flash, cleanse, he's out of the play, and you know, Top Esports, they are waiting on Rookie to do something because Shanji and Photic aren't doing the legwork. He's not managing to bring up that damage either, sadly, because Top Esports have just said, alright, let's just put all the focus onto these carries when they're out of position. Top Esports,
come and stop you, you better run away and run fast.
Shanji on the retreat, and this retreat might just get caught out. He's been cut off at the pass, being thrown into the Chasm of Doom. What's your favorite color, Shanji?
I think it's going to be that he doesn't know, and a big old fling into the grey screen. Maybe that counts as a color in this regard.
Yeah, what's that? The average what's the average in-flight speed of a cannon going back towards the fountain? Pretty fast in that one. He quickly makes the retreat, but cannot make it happen. Top Esports, they've been way better in the early game this time. NIP, game 1, much better in the early game, but they had the scaling issues. This time it has been all Top Esports winning on both sides of the map for the grand majority of the game. Herald goes into mid lane, even more golden pocket, and they can start comfort pick. He's tried the Shyvana, tried the cannon. None of them have looked fantastic, and now NIP, they are on the retreat once again. They pull out some flashes, some ultimates. Neither of them really buy what they want. They get a safe-ish retreat, but they're forced away from the top side. And now suddenly, without that flash on Dwo and that culling on Rookie, I don't even know if they can defend the Baron.
Be very hard. The Brushmaker keeps on coming on forwards. Aki gets engaged onto. Mako is there. He's taken pretty low. But managed a Solar Flare on the other side. Aki in danger. Cream into the backline, looking to get the kills. Will not quite secure it. Everyone stays alive, but again, more summoners popped.
So if Aki had died, that would have been an easy Baron start. They probably should go towards it anyway. You've got the teleport from Shanji, and you got the flash from him. Maybe they were afraid. They're doing a blind ult into that brush. Cream has gone towards the top side to push out that wave. He's going to be a little bit late to the Dragon if he does choose to do that at that point. He can E over the wall to make his rotation a little quicker as Top Esports look to exhaust Rookie, which means it's not there for Shanji now. That could be a mistake.
It could be. The flash away keeps him alive. Pulled over the wall by 369. Cannon denied.
Walls are not your friend! Leona isn't either, going in for a secondary engage. Rookie Core trying to kite his way back.
Mako goes down, but Jaw will be traded out as the supports get split in the respective enemy camps. Photic running away. Remember, has no flash, gets hit with the root caller. Just about has enough tenacity to get out to safety. Daisy comes over the wall, and Cream throws down an ultra shot laser that claims Rookie's life.
NIP learning the hard way. The walls have eyes. They have a Zeri. They have so many people flying over the wall, and the Cassante can bring you into them as well. Top Esports take care of Shanji. Shanji has had a dreadful cannon game. He has not had the team fights he wanted.
What about the life of Brian? How about the death of NIP? They are having a rough old time here in game 2.
The gold leaders just exploded out of nowhere. They haven't needed a Baron. They take down one inhibitor straight. They take down a second one now, and Jacula 5-0-2, Cream 2-1-2. They've not really been reached by NIP. NIP have really struggled. Rookie's not
at least.
Yeah. No comment. Top Esports starting up on that Baron, and NIP, it feels like they've lost a little bit to themselves, a little bit to the shopkeeper, and a lot of it to Top Esports.
Oh, that's a lot of that, and Top Esports coming out on top. Into the backline goes Mako by so much time. He's the one who gets the kill onto the Orn, no less. 369 all out. It's a big old lightning storm, but a slicing Maelstrom will not find anywhere to cut into the backline of Top Esports. 2 dead, and they turn straight back to Baron.
The exhaust wasn't even needed onto the cannon. That's how far gone this game has gotten. Top Esports get themselves 3 kills, turn back towards the Baron, and the oh my god, 369 is murdering him.
He's keeping going. I'd missed that Rookie had fallen as well, so making a 3rd, and that's the 4th. Cream's here to make it a full team ace, or it would have been if Aki could stick along. He does not. He falls down, and no one gets to respawn in time. Baron comes on through, and Top Esports, they are toying with their food.
Top Esports, they have exploded this game. First game was a bit more of a fight back, and they managed to do so. They pinned down the right targets, and then this time it has been all guns blazing right from the start of the game. Plays in bot lane, matched with weak side players in top side, winning out for Shanji, well, for 369 and for Mako. Top Esports, they have not let go of the accelerator pedal.
Oh man, Rookie in danger, dodged out from that Q3 just about, but the last inhibitor falls. In goes Daisy, the 6th man this game. The knockup comes on through to very little avail indeed. Half HP for NIP. At least they've got defender's advantage for all that matters. They are sitting in a mottle and woad forward, whatever it's called. I forget what it's called. Wattle. It's got a name. It's when you do mud defenses, but it's all being watched away as I forget the name of my ancestral castles. All the while, Top Esports in danger. Another coming crashing on down with some lightning. Aki in danger. In goes Mako with another Zenith blade. A call of the Forge God that is sending him into the afterlife. 369 all out. Rookie gets a culling down, but the only thing being deleted is the health bars. A triple kill to Jacula seals out a dismal series.
These were some of the best highlights from today's 2024 LPL Summer Split matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.